this is Josephine from Swiss NFT Association, and I'm super excited today to be with Sebastien Borget from Sandbox, COO and co-founder.
Hi Josephine, it's a pleasure to be here with you and everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. How have you been enjoying the NFT conference so far?
It's great. It's even overwhelming. Like we moved from 500 to 1,000 people last year to 11,000 this year. So you can see that on the show floor. All the talks are very full. A lot of people in the different alleys, and just the booth and the quality of the project that are all very cultural, but art, fashion, music, gaming, metaverse. It's really exciting.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I really enjoyed, which is very different than other ones I've been to. That it really includes all the different topics and how one can work with the other one together, which is very exciting, right?
It makes Paris very special in a way across the overall Web3 ecosystem.
Exactly, and also not only projects which are just hanging on the walls, but also you can interact with them, you can be part of it, and
collaborative, generative art. You are part of the art that's being designed. That's amazing.
Yes, and going from that into Sandbox and Metaverse topic. So, how would you say generally, or maybe let's start. What is Sandbox and what is Metaverse? Did we already have that before? Is that something new for people who are new to the topic?
So Sandbox is this decentralized gaming virtual world where anyone can become a creator, make 3D content or games or experiences that can be accessed using an avatar, like a 3D character that become your new digital identity. And in Sandbox, you truly own that avatar, you truly own all the equipment, wearable, content you create or you earn as you play. Even your virtual land, your virtual house is yours. And unlike what we've seen before in video game industry for like 25 years, like yes, there's been virtual world or MMORPG where you have an avatar, but in many of them you were able to take that content from one world to another or one platform to another in a seamless manner, permissionless manner, and be able to use it as well, to transfer it to another user, or even sell it on the marketplace outside of the game where you.
So you can actually monetize the game as well.
Exactly, like you have the freedom to own, the freedom to monetize, and the content is no longer locked in a centralized walled garden platform. So contributors, whether they are creator or player, they are active participants in the development of a digital economy that essentially benefit them instead of the platform or the developers.
And for example, for a community like Swiss NFT Association, which is a Web3 community based in Zurich, what do you think? Would there be any opportunities, let's say, for our community to benefit somehow by using Sandbox? Or what kind of access do you think there could be?
I think like Sandbox is very additive in value toward any project. Why? Is because like we have this very creative space that anyone can start building with no code creation tool, so like very intuitive, no specific learning skill required, no code required. You just take content, drag and drop, and you can build your space. And because we're an open, interoperable metaverse as well, you can actually integrate with external content, collection of NFTs that were made outside of Sandbox, and bring them to life in Sandbox, for example, as an avatar. You like a 2D profile pictures or a collection of pictures or art becomes a 3D playable character that you use as your identity. So all the holders of that collection now can have this 3D space where they see each other, they play, they interact, they socialize with each other, and they can create and develop and expand a virtual space, which is like great to connect, great to expand the presence of the project or the brand, and it works across all industries. It doesn't matter if like your project is about finance or banking or gaming or media or entertainment. As long as you have a community of users, you can engage them creatively in Sandbox.
So can you have, let's say, Swiss NFT Association community, NFT Factory community, can you have all these different communities in Sandbox, and can they interact with one another then?
Definitely, like most of the project, they will start in Sandbox by acquiring a land, which is like almost planting a flag and saying like, this is the piece of digital real estate where I will start building something for me and my project and my community. And then people can become the virtual neighbor of that land, meaning like users with the avatar can walk across the two neighbor lands with their avatars, and we're seeing something quite unique in Sandbox. We're seeing the development of different regions of the world. We know the metaverse will be like global, like a virtual world can be accessed from anywhere, right? But still, making it local, meaning like no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, or in Korea, or in Japan, or in Hong Kong, there are relevant project brands that speak to you. You might know them better, that have an experience in Sandbox that makes you enter. And from there, you start exploring and accessing all the other experiences. So it brings that culture more global. And I think like Switzerland could be a really interesting part of that map in Sandbox and bring part of its culture. I see a part of that culture represented here with the cheese earth, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much more, I'm sure, like can be expressed.
Like the cow and the chocolate.
Like,
just kidding.
all right, like art galleries in Geneva, landmarks, the history of the folk history, maybe.
Definitely.
I'm sure there are local artists, music group, bands, art. That's the kind of thing that people connect to in the physical world, but now can become accessible globally as well.
Exactly. So like that kind of goes into the fact that a lot of people who aren't familiar with metaverse projects generally, they tend to fear and say like, oh, that's very digital, kind of takes us away from reality. So what you said, would you say then it actually helps reality to become more connected?
Absolutely. Like I think the concept of reality isn't just like something is physical, so it's real, something is virtual, so it's not real. Like we're way beyond that. Like people are already connecting in virtual world, and they have real emotion. Like they connect with friendship. Some of them even met the love of their life and had wedding.
Really, that's
like
interesting.
That. Yes, well, we've seen that for quite some time. When they are spending time together, they are bonding, they are like having fun in the group, they are taking selfies with their avatars and sharing that. So for us, reality is like both the physical world and the virtual world. That's how we see reality.
That's very interesting.
And it's something that the digital native, which now represent more than half of the world population, that Gen Z and after, they understand that so much better than we do. Like they are already into it. Like when they want to buy more virtual clothes for their avatar rather than physical clothes, they are not in the virtuality. It's part of their reality. It's just like they have a new way new paradigm shift of like how they value things, how they value relationship with others, etc.
And as a final question, what are you most excited about in 2023? Whether it's general NFTs, metaverse, blockchain, sandbox, is there anything that you're really, really looking forward to?
Well, of course, like I'm really excited to see like Sandbox opening this year to the public, and the landowners being able to publish their experience. That will start to drive more and more users, more and more creators as well, to open and showcase what can be done with projects that you haven't seen before. Like I think Sandbox is its own format of entertainment, brings its own aesthetic with voxel, etc. Obviously, I'm also quite excited to see like more and more companies and projects in the space come to life in Sandbox or outside even, and bring more and more audiences. Because well, when we look at the end of the day, it's still so early in Web3. Even though you and I have been many years, for the rest of the world, maybe they heard about it only 1 year, 2 years ago. So like there's a lot of experimentation. There might be a lot of projects that fail, but the one that will come out of it will definitely set like the trend for the next 10 years.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure, and
Definitely.
hopefully we see you in Zurich sometime soon in our community.
Yes, I have more and more reason to visit the association, meet some of the members, and hopefully bring some of them in the metaverse.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you,
great to have a
Josephine.
talk with you. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.